little, I could play piano by ear, and I could play any song I ever heard, and that made my mommy really glad, because it made her feel like I didn't only inherit bad blood from my father. And then when I was 5, my mommy got me piano lessons, and I had to practice for a half hour in the morning and a half hour at night, because we was poor, and I had to show my appreciation. And I would play something I heard on the radio, like Never on a Sunday, and then after a while, I'd only play it with one hand, and like my mother didn't even notice. And then with my other hand, I would draw in the back of my piano practice book, everyday scenes from the lives of the Amazons. And I would draw festival scenes from the lives of the Amazon, migration patterns of the lives of the Amazons. But my bestest one, my goodest one, everyday scenes from the winter lives of the Amazons. And I would draw boiling cauldrons and ice palaces, and then I would pray for snow, big, deep 1950s Connecticut snow, the kind that you don't get anymore because of global warming. My friend Nadine and me, we used to bring little girls into my basement and tie them up and spank them. We never tied up any boys. We weren't interested in boys. We just used boys for PE. So we could cook. Nadine was 7, I was 7, and the little girls that we tied up, they were 4, 5, and 6. We liked them young and easy to catch. The boys, they'd come running in and out all day, and they'd say, "Need any pee?" And we'd say, "Yes, fill up that coffee can, quick, Nadine, get an empty Coke bottle, get an empty Coke bottle. Look, now we can make cake and soup." But then Nadine got in trouble, and I got in trouble, because Nadine's brother Billy, he got trench mouth from these sandfish scramble pancakes that we made. They should have let us run the garden hose when they asked for water. They wouldn't let us touch the garden hose. You can't cook without water. And then Nadine got in trouble. Yeah, and Nadine was a good one. Yeah, but Nadine, she started trying to pull down girls' underpants outside my basement. But now Nadine grew up, and she's a radical feminist, separationist, militant, lesbian woman. And she lives in New Mexico on woman's land. And Nadine doesn't even remember tying up girls and spanking them in my basement. I think that's weird. But when I went to New Mexico, to the woman's land, I told all the radical feminist, separationist, militant, lesbian women how Nadine used to tie up girls and spank them in my basement. And they weren't surprised at all. I used to play sex games with Nadine's Barbie doll. Yeah. Barbie was the role model for the Playboy penthouse centerfold. Yes, she was. I could prove it. Okay, in the late 1950s, all American girls got Barbie dolls, right? In the late 1950s, all American girls turned to sluts, right? In the late 1950s, Playboy Penthouse started to have the Playboy Penthouse centerfold. This was because of the Barbie doll. Yes, because all of the Playboy and Penthouse playmates, they all had to have a perfect Barbie doll foot. Yes. I'll show you. It doesn't matter if my head is dark, you just need to see my foot. See? It was like a perfect Barbie doll foot, like that. Not flat, not natural, no, like that. Sometimes I walk down the street and men say things to me. Sometimes I walk down the street, men yell things at me. Sometimes I walk down the street, men say, "Hey girl, you got some big tits, I like those tits. Hey baby, you got a big mouth, I got a big dick, I want to see my dick in your mouth. Hey girl, you're wearing that short skirt, you're wearing that short skirt, what's under that skirt?" And I say, "Go ahead, just look. I'm like a Barbie doll, I'm smooth down here. No holes. See? No nipples! I'm like a Barbie doll, I'm smooth all over, no holes." That makes him really nervous.